Well, hello my lovely nestlings and welcome to another pagan celebration video. Today we are going to chat about Ostara or the spring equinox. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm from the Netherlands. Hence the accent. I'm also slightly orcish, relatively vintage. I love spooky stuff, makeup and being creative. Slightly orcish means I'm green. I'm a light to light medium warmish olive, and a relatively vintage means I'm 47. I also have ADHD and I'm autistic, so you get heaps here with me. You see my naked face because I am going to put makeup on my face and chat about the spring equinox, also known as Ostara, and what you can do in this time. This is another collaboration with my dear friend Katie from Makeup for Lost Time, and I will link her channel and her video down below. She is doing this series with me, but we are also doing a series all about the full moon. So if you are interested in that, or you just want to see me, play with powders, then make sure you are subscribed and hit the notification bell. Yes, today it's not really about the makeup. All the makeup that I will use will be listed down below in the description box. I have my box here ready, and this is also the perfect time for me to use up some older makeup that I still really love and I have in my collection. Let me show you the eyeshadow palettes that I have grabbed. I've grabbed the Club Nebula from Kaleidos, which was a collaboration with Angelica Nickfist. So that is the one that I have here. I also grabbed the Tiny Marvels palette because I really wanted to use it. It's also perfect for this time of year because all the critters are coming out of the woodworks again, right? So there's that one. And then I also grabbed the Nomad Paradise Island palette, which looks like that. But we're just going to start with foundation today. I also just got these in from Unearthly, so I'm going to try those out as well and see how I like them. So yeah, the spring equinox. The theme of today is rebirth. So for me, the spring equinox, when day and night are equal, is at 24 minutes past 10. So basically 22:24. That's how we say it, or at least I say it, kind of the military time style. And I am in CET, which is Central European time. We're not in summertime yet. Ew, it was a little bit more than I thought. Anyway, so today is the start of a new cycle. Spring is coming, the weather is warming up. We can really tell that here. It's starting to smell like spring and new growth, and I am very, very excited for better weather. So not only are day and night perfectly balanced today, but also your internal and external world. And what do I mean by that? I mean your intuition versus your mind, your consciousness versus your subconsciousness, feminine and masculine energies. It is all brought into alignment this period of time. And even though this is a time of balance, hi, do you want to be in the Ostara video? I just said it's a time of balance, and now you're shaking me around. It's about the spring equinox. Easter, spring equinox, eggs, hares.
Chickens lay eggs.
Yes.
Bunnies don't. So how does the Easter bunny get his eggs?
Just said it's a time of balance, right? There is already an underlying energy and feeling of growth and expansion. Oftentimes, in the 2 weeks prior and following the spring equinox, the weather is chaotic and turbulent. We can really tell that here because we are having weird weather right now. One day it's warm, the other day we're like, damn, it's windy. And I live at the Dutch coast, so for me to say damn, it's windy, it means that it's windy. And it is very possible that you feel chaotic and turbulent internally as well. Emotions all over the place, that kind of thing. I forgot to mention, by the way, that there is again a meditation at the end of the video. A new balance has to be struck But to achieve this, the old order has to be torn down. And from that chaos, new balance and new life will be born. We have to let go of the old to let in the new. The ancient people who lived in climates where there were seasons celebrated this period, the coming of spring, with rituals and celebrations. Structures like Stonehenge show that these rituals go back to ancient times and that it is still celebrated around the world. One of the most important springtime festivities of the Germanic pre-Christian people is the spring equinox, also known as Ostara. However, they didn't celebrate it today at the spring equinox. They celebrated it the full moon right after the spring equinox. They would have celebrations around the field, danced around the fields, made music, singing, that kind of thing, to transfer the fertility of the springtime to the soil. Mock battles between the summer and the winter king were held. The summer king would vanquish the winter king and drive him away until the fall equinox, where there will be a new battle and then the winter king will win. It symbolizes the light and the life cycle of the earth. During the processions around the fields, they sometimes had a king of spring who would beat new life into the fields with his rod, as the rod is a symbol of fertility. They would light spring fires on the hills. Houses would be decorated with springtime flowers and greenery. All these symbolic rituals were done to welcome the spring and to give vitality to the land and the people. Ostara was the Germanic goddess of the dawn. We don't know a lot about her, but we do know some things. One of the theories is that her name is derived from the Anglo-Saxon name of the goddess Eostre, or Estre. I don't really know how to pronounce it. The name Ostara refers to the east, sunrise, right? And to the early morning light. We can still recognize her name in the English and German word for Easter. Our Dutch word comes from somewhere else, and I will mention that a little bit later. But when you hear the word Easter, you can really see where that name comes from, right? The German word for the celebration of Easter is Ostern, which very much resembles our Dutch word for East, which is Oost. So where does our Dutch word Pasen come from then? I found this very, very interesting. So it comes from the Judeo-Christian word of Pesach. During Easter, the Christians celebrate the resurrection of Christ. And in the year 325, Emperor Constantine decreed that the Easter celebrations should be held on the first Sunday after the first full moon, after the equinox. I hope that makes sense. The old spring rituals and symbols were so deeply ingrained in society that they couldn't be eradicated and are still part of our modern day celebration. One of the most important symbols of this time is the egg, and it played a big part in the Germanic spring celebrations. The Germanic people saw the egg as the symbol for new life in nature and thought that the life-giving properties of the egg could be transferred to their fields and their people. And the animals, obviously, of course. Let me do my brows real quick. Caterpillar brows. Perfect for this time of year.
I want to show them my socks.
Oh, yes, you have sloth socks.
My socks have little sloths on them.
Yes.
They are amazeballs.
Yes, they are. So for that reason, farmers would bury eggs in their fields. And you can also use this for eye primer, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I can. Ooh, it's actually very nice for eye primer. And this is the UC819 from the new set from Unearthly. Eggs were also buried in front of the doorstep of a home to give protection and bring fertility and good fortune to the residents who lived inside. I'm going to start with the Tiny Marvels palette. Now my plan is, let me also grab the picture. My plan is actually, when I look at this picture, I see a lot of color. And I immediately want to go and do a very colorful look. However, it also says here, awakening creativity. And I want to do something different than I would usually do. So I'm actually going to set up the look with neutral shades. But don't worry, it won't be a boring neutral look. It will be very, very cool. So I'm going to go to the Tiny Marvels palette and I'm going to use these two shades. So the shade Spider and the shade Death Moth. Yes, okay. And this gives a whole new insight in the hiding and the finding of the Easter eggs. When you look at it like from the Germanic point of view, you know, giving new life and fertility and protection, the more eggs you, basically when you then hide the eggs for other people to find them, you are gifting them or wishing them good fortune, protection and all that. And the more eggs you find, the better your year will be. Kind of like that. The hare is quintessential to this time of year. It's one of the biggest symbols of fertility. A female hare can be fertilized when she's still pregnant. I actually did not know that. And because of this, she can have a new, I don't know, litter, nest. I actually don't know what the terminology is with rabbits and hares, but she can have them very, very soon after she had the first one or the previous one. There are also birds. For instance, the mountain duck. I think it's called a mountain duck in Dutch. I don't know what it's called in English, but I will put a picture up so you can see. And that bird actually lays eggs inside of the burrow of hares and rabbits. So they think that that is where the Easter bunny, you know, the bunny with the eggs on its back is coming from. This is all the neutralness that I kind of want. Now I'm going to go to the, what was it again? The Nomad Paradise Island palette for, my plan was to go to the shade Stingray. So let's do that. I'm going to put that in the inner eye part area. Just tapping that on. And lightly blend the edge. So what are some of the things that you can do then? Decorating Easter eggs or decorating eggs. You can buy dye that you can put in boiling water, you know, and then just boil the eggs in those colors. You can also, I remember that we used to do that. We would have a special, you know, kit, especially for children, that you could decorate your own eggs, and it was always so fun. I'm going to build it up a little bit here in the crease. Yes, bigger brush. I kind of want to fade it in the brown a little bit, so I actually blew on my brush to make sure that there's almost no pigment on there. I know people say you shouldn't, but you know what? It's my brush. I'm the only one who's using it, and I'll clean it later, so it's all good. I am going to go back to the other two shades. I'm going to start with the shade Spider, the darker brown, because I want it a little bit more intense in the outer corner. cleaning the brush and I'm kind of pulling this forward a little bit. And I actually want to clean up my lid as well. So I am grabbing my eye primer. I think I still have a little bit left. Yeah, eye primer and the brush that I can kind of use to carve out my lid a little. I'm just taking that primer, looking down. And I'm following my eyelid or my eyeball. There. So now I have a carved outline. Then I'm going to go to an orangey shade. That was my plan. Oh. Cute. I'm pressing that on. One of the things that I also really like is a thing called welcoming the sun. So what do? Wake up before dawn and either go somewhere in nature, if that's possible. I love to go to the beach, for instance, or high up where I can really see the sunset or the sunrise. Duh. And welcome the sun. Just rejoice in the fact that the sun is coming. Let it fill you with new possibilities and new ideas and warmth and life, you know. This is cute. Now these two colors don't really want to mix. However, there's a shade in here that I think I can use, which is the shade Sky, to lightly go over the border here. That's cute. I want the shade Stingray a little bit more intense here. Remember that I talked about decorating the eggs? You know, do an egg hunt. That's always fun. Not just for children, but for adults as well. Okay, underneath. I have an idea for an eye pencil, so let me grab that one first. Well, if you have an altar, make an Ostara altar. And if you do not, you don't have to make a specific altar, but just, you know, bring some decorations into your house. Use fresh flowers, and then especially flowers of this time of year. You know, daffodils, tulips. I know how to say the next flower in Dutch, but not in English. Crocus. I don't know what the English word is. I'm sorry, I don't know. This is also going to go a little bit on my lower lash line. Back to Tiny Marvels in the shade Spider. If you love candles, use candles in the colors yellow, green, gold and white, because these are the colors of this period of time. Eggs, especially decorated eggs, you know, pictures or statues, or, you know, things of hares, rabbits, bunnies, you know, those kind of things. But also bees, butterflies, ladybirds, they're all, or ladybug, they're all symbols for the goddess Ostara. Bells, which are a ceremonial tool for driving away negativity and clearing space. And then for the rest, representations of balance. Cute. Using the shade Moria. Morea, not Moria, from the Paradise Palette. I also have a recipe for tea. Then the shade called, so I actually just used this one, and now I'm going to use that one. I am going to go to the shade Moon, Dry, shade Tahiti. I don't want this very, very sparkly. I just want a little bit of something, you know. I'm going to go to Club Nebula for shade Nebula, because it also has a little bit of a pinky sparkle in it. Oh yes, I was talking about the tea, wasn't I? I'm sorry. I'm going to push that a little bit up. So the tea recipe: 3 sprigs of ground ivy. Well, it's not a ground up ivy, but it's ground ivy. So I don't know. I will put the Latin name in the description box because I don't know how to pronounce that. In Dutch, it's called hondsdraf. I don't know if that helps. Then 3 sprigs of dead nettle or Lamium. Then 3 sprigs of sweet woodruff, 1 liter of boiling water, and let steep for 10 minutes. And that's an Ostara tea. So the next thing that I'm going to do is the meditation. I'm going to finish off my face and I'm going to do it on camera, so you also have something to look at if you don't want to do the meditation. The meditation is by Selena Fox. That's the author of it, and the website where the meditation is linked down below in the description box. Same with the picture. The picture that I have used today is from an amazing artist. I will link her Instagram and her shop down below as well. So definitely go check out my description box for all the sources that I used. But I'm going to finish off my makeup look while you are listening to, well, the meditation. So make sure that you are somewhere where it's safe to do this. And if you are not, then either mute me so you can just watch what I'm doing, or come back at a later date. But yeah, enjoy the meditation. I'm going to finish off the eyes. Find a comfortable, safe and quiet space for this meditation. Make sure you're not disturbed. If you want to, you can put headphones in. Make sure you're comfortable. Close your eyes. Breathe in deeply and relax. Keep on taking slow breaths. With every exhale, you find yourself more and more relaxed. You are safe. You are comfortable. Imagine that you are in a hilly countryside. It's just before dawn, at the beginning of springtime. The land is nearing the end of its wintertime slumber. You face the east. Rays of light shimmer onto the land and into the sky. Experience the beautiful colors of light that is the dawn. As the glowing disk of the sun becomes visible above the hills, you see the goddess Ostara appear in the distance in the east. She is beginning to move towards you, and as she moves, the land awakens with new life. You see her coming toward you in the form of a beautiful maiden. You see her radiant face and flowing gown. She is carrying a golden basket filled with colored eggs. And beside her is her companion, a frisky, magical rabbit. As they come closer to you, you see that with each step that they take, the land around them bursts into new life and grows green. New grasses sprout from the ground, herbs flourish, and trees grow new leaves. You call out a welcome to them and to the spring they bring. As you meet face to face, you see that the goddess Ostara and the rabbit are both smiling a welcome to you. Ostara then holds her golden basket towards you and invites you to choose one of the eggs in it as a gift of a spring. You notice that each egg has a different color. You see the beautiful array of choices, and you feel more drawn to one particular egg and choose it. Now you hold the egg that you have selected in both of your hands. Notice the color. And what does that color mean to you? Then Ostara invites you to ask this sacred egg to give you a message about personal growth. You ask your question and pay attention to whatever words, symbols, sensations, impressions, or other forms of message emerge. Ostara now invites you to take this sacred egg and its power of new growth into yourself. You hold the egg to your heart, and as you do this, you absorb it into your being. You experience the renewal of springtime. You radiate vitality. Be immersed in this experience. Continuing to experience vitality within you, you prepare to end this meditative journey. You reflect once more on the color and the message of the sacred egg. You say goodbye to Ostara and her rabbit companion, knowing that they continue to live within your consciousness to guide you in your springtime growth. When you feel ready, take several deep, slow breaths to aid in your return to waking consciousness. When I count back from 3 to 1, you will be fully present. 3. You are aware of your surroundings. 2. Move your toes and your arms gently. 1. You are fully back. Take the time to stretch, drink a little bit of water, maybe eat a little bit, and write down what you have experienced. Welcome back. I hope you liked the meditation. I hope you liked the video. This is the look that came out and I very much like it. I did add some extra colored liners. Everything will be listed down below in the description box. And let me know if you are celebrating Ostara. Or are you doing something else for the spring equinox? Let me know down below and let me know how you celebrate. Do you have maybe special dishes that you eat or things that you do for yourself with your family? Let me know down below. Don't forget to check out Katie's video as well, and I cannot wait to see what she is going to talk about. It's always so cool. A lot of the time I have the theoretical and she has the practical, so it's a very well-rounded collection, I wanted to say, which it kind of is. So yeah, if you're over from Katie's channel, thank you so very much for checking out my video. I hope you will consider subscribing as well. If you know anyone who would like this video, share it with them, share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram, share it everywhere, spread me around like fungus. or something. That was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the description box for the products that I used, for the sources that I use as well. And yeah, I am going to wish you a fantastic day, a fabulous spring equinox. May your foundation always match your neck, and I will see you, if all goes to plan, Wednesday for another new makeup releases. Will it break my no buy? That kind of video. Bye guys.